B'Shem Hashem, welcome to another day of positivity. Obviously, one of the most important tools and attitudes one has to have is to have the courage to forgive people. As the most famous of all the Torah's psukim, Rabbi Akiva teaches us, V'ahavta l'recha kamocha, love your neighbor as yourself, is one of the most famous and the golden rules of the Torah. So most people don't know V'ahavta l'recha kamocha is only quoting from the middle of the sentence. The beginning of the sentence, and I challenge you, go look this up in your Torah. Torah Vayikra, third book of the Torah, chapter 19, Pasuk 18. The beginning of this verse of the Torah says, Lo tikom ve'lo titor b'nei amecha. Do not take revenge or bear a grudge against your fellow Jew. Rather, the continuation of this same portion means what? Love your neighbor as yourself. If you want to live in a world that you're going to be productive and succeed, you have to learn how to forgive people. Because ultimately, the person that suffers the most is the person that wants to take revenge and bears the grudge. So I'll tell you an amazing story from the Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky Art Scroll biography, page 57. He brings one of the greatest Gedolim, the greatest student of Rav Chaim Brisk, was Rav Baruch Ber. So his daughter got engaged to one of his great students. And as was customary, when the bride lived in the same city as the groom, they immediately used to send him away to study in another city. He went to Vilna after his engagement. Since he was so handsome and such a great catch, he caught the attention of one of the great leaders of that community. And guess what? They snatched him up. And guess what? He sent a letter back to his Rebbe with a box returning all the engagement gifts that his Kala, his fiance, had given him, and a letter that he was breaking the engagement. But not only that, he had the chutzpah to ask for a letter of recommendation to his new yeshiva so he should get accepted there in Vilna. So even though Rav Baruch Ber's fiance, future son-in-law, had just broken the engagement, he sat down and he readily wrote down a letter of recommendation. He then called three of his students, which one of them was Rabbi Wolpert of Baltimore, to make sure that he had not written anything that showed that he had bared a grudge. His students started crying and said, how great could a person be not to take this personally?